You ever spend a day with a so-called carry pistol digging into your gut, printing like a billboard, or worse, jamming when it matters? Yeah, I've been there myself. I've carried guns that felt like bricks by noon and others that looked great in ads but turned into rattling metal paperweights out on the range. This video ain't about specs or some soft beginner-friendly nonsense. This is about the real 9mm handguns that actually stay with you all damn day. No complaints, no bulk, no drama. I'm talking about pistols you can conceal in a t-shirt, wear in a trunk, walk into a gas station, or sit through a 6-hour road trip and forget they're even there until you need them. And when you do, they better be ready to fire. So don't blink. You'll hear names you expect, but not the ones you think belong here. And by the end of this list, you'll rethink everything you thought was comfortable carry. The Glock 47 MOS is one of those guns that instantly earns your trust. It takes the best features of the G17 and G45, blends them into a sleek, duty-ready platform, and adds optics capability that gives you the flexibility most shooters crave. I'll never forget a night that reminded me exactly why I keep it in my rotation. I was walking through a dimly lit street downtown, heading home after a long day. The streets were quiet, but I had that instinctive feeling that someone was keeping pace behind me. Not aggressively, but close enough that I couldn't ignore it. My hand naturally brushed the Glock 45 MOS tucked under my jacket. Its weight and balance were immediately reassuring. Then he stepped from the shadows. A stranger, mid-20s, eyes darting, clearly sizing me up. Most people would panic, but the Glock 47 MOS gives you a quiet kind of confidence. I didn't shout, I didn't make sudden moves, I just shifted slightly, keeping the pistol concealed but ready. The optics-ready slide wasn't in play yet, but the smooth trigger, firm grip, and reliable cycling of the Glock were all I needed to feel in control. He hesitated. Maybe he saw the confidence, maybe he didn't want trouble. Either way, the moment stretched long enough for him to take a step back, mutter something under his breath, and continue down the street. No shots fired, no confrontation, just presence, preparedness, and the quiet power of knowing your firearm won't let you down when it matters most. That's the Glock 47 MOS in action. Dependable, adaptable, and built for real-world encounters. Did you know the Hellcat Pro is one of the smallest pistols in its class to carry 15+1 rounds? That's right. Springfield managed to fit the firepower of a duty gun into a frame you can actually conceal without changing your wardrobe. Here's what makes it stand out. The optics-ready slide, a crisp trigger that doesn't feel like an afterthought, and recoil that's surprisingly tame for a tiny package. It's the kind of pistol you forget you're carrying until you need it, which is exactly the point. What really sets the Hellcat Pro apart isn't just its specs, it's the confidence that it gives. That's the feeling of knowing you've got a serious capacity and reliability riding shotgun with you all day. At the range, it punches well above its size. On the street, it rides invisible. That's a hard combo to beat. But if the Hellcat Pro is all about maximum capacity in minimum space, the next pistol is about precision that borders on unfair. Here's where opinions split. Some shooters claim the FN509 Compact Tactical is just another striker-fired option in an already crowded market. Well, they couldn't be more wrong. What sets the 509 Tactical apart is how natural it feels in high-stress situations. The grip texture locks into your hand without being harsh, the balance makes rapid-fire strings controllable, and because it's threaded and optics-ready right out of the box, you don't need a single aftermarket upgrade to make it duty-ready. Now, skeptics point out that FN pistols don't have the same civilian fan base as Glock or SIG, and that's true. But here's the kicker. This exact platform was tested to military standards, dropped, dragged, and run through dirt and mud until lesser pistols would have quit. That's why it's trusted by professionals worldwide. The beauty of the 509 Compact Tactical is that it walks the line. Small enough for everyday carry, yet rugged and feature-packed enough for duty. It doesn't scream for attention, it just works when you need it most. And speaking of compact guns that punch way above their size, our next pick takes versatility to another level. Next up is the Walther PDP Compact 4. If you've ever held a gun and felt like it was made for your hand specifically, you know the feeling, and that's exactly what this pistol delivers. The ergonomics are unmatched, the trigger is phenomenal right out of the box, and it's one of those guns that makes you feel sharper just by holding it. A few weeks after the Glock encounter, I met him again. Pretty weird, right? I was at a friend's community event moving through a crowded street fair when the same guy, the one before, appeared on the opposite side of the street. I wasn't looking for trouble, but my instincts flared. This time, I had the Walther PDP Compact in my hand while subtly staying aware of my surroundings. The 4-inch barrel and compact frame made it easy to maneuver in tight spaces, and the trigger was so crisp that even under stress, I knew I could act confidently if I needed to. I never drew the gun. There was no reason to, but just holding it gave me a sense of preparedness I couldn't describe any other way. The man noticed my focus, glanced down the street, and then slipped away, disappearing into the crowd. No panic, no chaos, just a reminder that being ready changes how people act around you. The PDP Compact isn't flashy and it's not gimmicky. It's practical, precise, and built to give you confidence in situations where every second matters. Whether you're carrying every day or just looking for a gun that handles beautifully, this pistol feels right the moment you pick it up. The Ruger SFAR is an AR-10 style rifle that surprises everyone who underestimates it. Chambered in .308, it hits hard but stays light and manageable. This isn't a rifle that dominates the range with size alone. It's precision, control, and portability all in one. There was a news incident a while back that perfectly illustrates its value. A lone ranger was on night patrol near an abandoned factory on the outskirts of town. He noticed shadows moving between the rusted machinery and dim light filtering through broken windows. Something didn't feel right. Footsteps echoed in unexpected directions, metal clanking like it was following him. He quietly shouldered his SFAR, the lightweight design allowing him to maneuver around debris without stumbling. One controlled, precise shot into a nearby steel drum made a deafening echo that froze the trespasser. Whoever it was had no idea where the shot came from. By the time backup arrived, the intruder had slipped away, but the officer credited the SFAR's balance, accuracy, and portability for keeping him safe and in control. This rifle proves that even a compact AR-10 platform in .308 can handle tense, unpredictable situations. You don't need a full-sized monster to deliver authority. The Beretta 92X Performance Carry Optic is a steel-framed pistol built to deliver under pressure. It's precise, reliable, and designed for both carry and competition. A story made the rounds last year. A postal worker was handling a late-night delivery when a masked intruder entered the station. She stayed calm, knowing she had her 92X tucked at her side. Its tuned trigger and sturdy frame gave her the confidence to hold her ground without rushing. When the intruder realized she was ready, he backed off and left. No shots were fired, but the 92X's presence, balance, and control changed the outcome entirely. This gun isn't about flash or gimmicks, it's about giving you confidence. Smooth trigger, solid recoil control, and optics-ready capability make it practical for real-world situations, not just the range. The 92X bridges the gap between precision shooting and everyday carry, showing that a reliable pistol can be both powerful and manageable. Ever underestimated something small only to have it completely blow your expectations out of the water? That's exactly what the Canik Mete MC9 does. At first glance, it might look like just another compact 9mm, but once you pick it up and run a few rounds downrange, it becomes clear. This little pistol has a lot more going on than meets the eye. Light, slim, and easy to conceal, the MC9 is designed for everyday carry without feeling like a compromise. Its 3.18-inch barrel hides under a jacket or tucked in a waistband, yet the 12+1 or 15+1 capacity ensures you're never left wishing for just one more round. The trigger is crisp and surprisingly smooth, the grip fits naturally in your hand, and the optics-ready slide means you can easily mount a red dot for faster, more confident aiming. What I love most about the Mete MC9 is how it blends affordability with performance. You don't need to break the bank to get a reliable, accurate, and easy-to-carry pistol. It's proof that budget-friendly doesn't mean compromise. And in real-world scenarios, that small size and smooth handling can make all the difference when every second counts. If you're looking for a micro-compact that delivers confidence in a tiny package, the Canik Mete MC9 is worth a hard look. But if you thought small pistols were just about disappearing in your pocket, wait until you see the next one, which takes comfort and control to the next level. I'll be honest. When I first picked up the Mossberg 940 Pro Tactical, I didn't think it would become one of my go-to guns. But then, something happened that changed my mind completely. A friend of mine was setting up a nighttime security drill at his property, testing how fast we could respond to unexpected situations. Suddenly, an alarm went off in the back storage area. I moved fast, Mossberg in hand. The weight, the balance, the way it cycled smoothly, it all clicked instantly. We didn't know if it was a real threat or just part of the drill, but the moment mattered. I had complete confidence that if things had gone sideways, the 940 Pro Tactical wouldn't let me down. Its semi-auto action keeps everything smooth under stress, and the handling is just natural. That night taught me something. It's not just about having a shotgun, it's about having one that makes you feel in control. Whether it's defense, training, or competition, this Mossberg isn't flashy, it's dependable, and that reliability gives you confidence you can't fake. If you want a pistol that commands respect the second you hold it, the Springfield Armory XDM Elite 4.5-inch Tactical OSP is certainly it. Full size, optics ready, and tuned for serious shooters, this is the kind of gun that feels alive in your hands. Precise, powerful, and ready for almost anything. I remember a weekend training session at a friend's private range. I had the XDM Elite loaded and was running drills with a few colleagues of mine. Halfway through, a newer shooter accidentally dropped his gear near the target line. The distraction could have caused chaos, but the XDM Elite stayed rock solid in my grip. Its ergonomic design and responsive trigger made every shot feel intentional even as I shifted focus quickly. Later, while walking back to the parking lot, I ran into someone I didn't expect. A local competitor I'd sparred with at previous matches. He gave me that checking you out nod, probably wondering which gun I was carrying. I casually shifted my jacket and the XDM Elite was there. Optics ready, firm grip, 4.5-inch barrel. Subtle, but unmistakably a serious piece of hardware. That little nod of recognition said it all. This is a gun that demands respect without screaming for it. It's more than a competition gun or a tactical tool, it's a confidence booster. Whether you're training, carrying, or just appreciating top-tier engineering, the XDM Elite proves why it sits at the top of the list. Compact enough to handle with ease, but full size for serious impact, this pistol is the final word in performance. Did you know that the HK VP9 Tactical OR is one of the few striker-fired pistols that even 1911 snobs secretly respect? That's rare. Critics argue it's overpriced compared to Glock or SIG, but fans will tell you, you get what you pay for. The VP9 Tactical OR isn't just another polymer pistol. It's optics ready, comes with a threaded barrel, and has one of the cleanest, most consistent triggers in its class. Shooters love how predictable it feels. Every pull, every reset, it just clicks. That matters when adrenaline is spiking and hesitation could cost you. Here's the conflict. Some say suppressor-ready pistols are gimmicks for civilians, but the VP9 proves otherwise. Pair it with a suppressor, and you're not just running quieter, you're gaining control, faster follow-up shots, and less recoil fatigue. That's why so many tactical shooters swear by it, even outside the military or security world. At the end of the day, the VP9 Tactical OR isn't about flash, it's about balance. It's tactical without being bulky, refined without being fragile, and versatile enough to serve at the range, in defense, or in the field. But if you think HK is the only company blending compact carry with serious tactical chops, wait until you see what FN did with the 509 Compact Tactical. A friend of mine was at a crowded festival when a scuffle broke out near a food stall. People were yelling and running in every direction. He didn't panic though. His Glock 43X MOS was tucked discreetly under his jacket. The slim design made it easy to carry in a crowded space without anyone noticing, but its presence gave him the confidence to stay calm and act decisively. When someone reached aggressively toward him, he had a firm grip, and that instant control made him de-escalate the situation until security arrived. The MOS modular optics system takes this pistol to the next level. A red dot sight can be mounted in seconds, making fast, accurate shots possible even under stress. The 10-round magazine is slim, but gives a solid grip, preventing that cramped feel that's common in other micro-compacts. Recoil is manageable, the trigger is crisp, and the balance lets you move naturally while aiming. The 43X MOS isn't just for emergencies, it's a gun you can carry all day without discomfort, slipping under a jacket or tucked at the waist. On the range, it surprises you with how fast and accurate it feels for a compact pistol. Slim, reliable, and quick on target, the Glock 43X MOS proves a small carry gun can still command respect. And speaking of pocket-sized firepower that surprises everyone, the Hellcat is next. A tiny pistol rewriting the rules for everyday carry. The Smith & Wesson M&P9 M2.0 Compact has a story of its own. I was at a friend's private course running a timed shooting drill. The setup was tricky. Multiple doors, tight angles, and steel targets that demanded speed and accuracy. One of the drills had me moving from cover to cover, deciding which target to engage first. The M&P9 M2.0 made it feel effortless. The metal frame gave a solid, reassuring feel in my hands, and the trigger reset was lightning fast. Every shot landed exactly where I wanted, even as I moved and adjusted angles on the fly. By the end, I realized this wasn't just a compact pistol, it was a confidence booster. In high-pressure moments, knowing your gun can perform exactly how you expect it to is priceless. This gun isn't for show, it's built for serious shooters who want something reliable, precise, and comfortable to carry. It feels right the moment you pick it up, and in situations where every second counts, that makes all the difference. The CZ Shadow 2 has been a competition legend for years. The compact version? Think of it as taking a race car and somehow making it street legal. This gun isn't just smaller, it's smarter. You still get that silky smooth trigger pull, the rock-solid lockup, and the uncanny accuracy CZ is known for. The difference is that you can actually conceal it without needing a jacket in July. Shooters love the way it balances in hand, weighty enough to soak up recoil, yet nimble enough for quick follow-up shots. That grip texture locks in, and before you know it, you're stacking rounds in the same hole. It's a pistol that rewards precision but won't punish you if you're running it fast. If you're the kind of shooter who wants a carry gun that feels like it belongs in a competition, the Shadow 2 Compact is exactly that. A gun that doesn't just keep up with you, it pushes you to shoot better. And speaking of pushing limits, next up is a pistol that takes slim and versatile to a whole new level. If you've carried junk, you know how fast regret kicks in. But if you're carrying any gun that's bulky, bites on recoil, or doesn't disappear on your waist, then you already know you're gambling. The handguns in this list, they don't just sit there, they stay ready. And if you can't trust what's at your side every hour of the day, then maybe it's time to stop following the hype and start carrying what actually works. This has been your host, Steve, and I'll say it again. Don't carry what everyone else carries. Carry what works for you. You ever carry a gun that feels like it disappears on your hip until the day you actually need it? Yep, these are those guns. Let's get into it.